Welcome back to RamblingWreck.com. Georgia Tech and Virginia is Saturday at 3:30 at Grant Field and Bobby Dodd Stadium, and be regionally televised by ESPNU. And Jamal Golden, of course, has helped the Yellow Jackets in the secondary. But I want to start with coming out of high school. First of all, who was the better quarterback, you or Tevin at Wetumpka?
I'm not really sure, to be honest.
Not really sure? Come on, that can't be the answer.
I kind of looked up to Tevin. His senior year of high school was my freshman year, so when he left, I kind of felt like I had to follow in his footsteps. So I have to say I was a little better than him.
What was it about Georgia Tech? Was it because of Tevin and things like that, or was it an opportunity for you that you saw what happened to him, that kind of thing?
Oh, Georgia Tech, is a great school and everything, and Tevin really did have a lot to do with me coming here. But also Coach Kelly, he was very honest with me on my recruiting visits when he came to Wetumpka to see me and everything. I just liked the vibe he put off to me, and then when I came on my visit, it just felt right at home, and it wasn't too too far away from my hometown, so, I felt like it was a great place to be.
Jamal, let's be honest. How big's Wetumpka?
It's a lot smaller than Atlanta.
Right.
I can tell you that. It's not too big, but it's not too small. It's one of those middle-class towns. It's very country. It's
sure.
not really. I'm not used to all these buildings and everything, but it's not too small. So.
But to have two guys from the same high school playing here at Georgia Tech from the same town, outside the state. Now, if it were in the state of Georgia, it might be a different thing. But outside the state, it's a pretty unique situation, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so, and I think this is really big for the people back home too, because say the Virginia Tech game, I had hundreds and hundreds of posts on Facebook and Twitter and everything from people supporting us, and it's great to see that support from the fans back home.
All right, if you had to tell me about the first two games of the season, obviously one's a tough loss, one's a pretty good win. Take me through these first two games and kind of the emotions attached to both, and really how did this team handle coming off the disappointing loss with last Saturday's win?
Coming off a loss, you just want to get that taste out of your mouth. So, the week was kind of short going into Presbyterian, so we kind of didn't have to wait too long to play again. But everybody was just ready to, get that taste out of your mouth and get a win on our belt. Not saying that we knew we were going to win the game, but we were just ready to go out and show what we actually could do and pull out a win.
What have you learned about this team through the first couple games?
The chemistry is way better than it has been since I've been here. The teams came closer, and that's got to do with the players' lounge, the coaches, and everything. I feel like we're a better team this year.
This team also, at least the other night, had the knack for some big plays too, didn't it?
Oh yeah, defensive-wise,
sure.
We had hundreds of bat downs at the line of scrimmage, which we only had maybe one in the first game. So in the offense, they put points on the board quick, and that's kind of how our offense works, really.
It's probably been about 8 years since Georgia Tech was as deep and experienced and talented in the secondary as it is right now. What's it like competing in that group every day, and then when you guys get to games, it's just almost, and even despite a couple of injuries and things like that here in the first two games, you guys have been really solid there.
It all starts with Coach Kelly, really. We go into meetings and he hits on us every day about having a sense of urgency and, just being ready and playing with your head on the swivel. So it all starts with him. And then it comes down to us, we get on our own, we get in our group, and we just talk about, being the best secondary in the nation. And that's what we're shooting for. So that's why you've seen so much progress with us.
Jamal, you've been dabbling around with special teams a little bit now. Coach Wilkowski, what kind of attitude and approach has he brought?
Oh, you can't see him at practice. He's just, so fired up all the time, and his intensity level is great. So, I think that makes our special teams a lot better. And he's good at what he does. So that's pretty much all I can say about him.
All right, I feel obligated to ask you about this whole number change because BJ was with us last week, and he told us about Sims getting 20 and him getting 7 and you getting 4 and all sorts of other things. But as I understand it, there was no dinner involved, no lunch involved. This was all straight above the board. Is that the way it played out?
Well, what happened was I talked to David, and he said he was going to swap numbers. So actually, I was supposed to have 7.
Oh.
And BJ was still going to be in 4, but he said he wanted 7 because it was his high school number. So I said, okay. you give me 4 and I'll give you 7. I mean, it doesn't really matter. I just want a single-digit number. So that's how that all worked out. Really.
4 wasn't your number.
It was BJ's.
Uh-huh.
I was supposed to be in 7 this year until he came along and said he wanted 4. So it didn't really matter to me.
And nobody got dinner out of this. Nobody got a T-shirt, a hat, nothing.
Well, I mean, me and BJ are roommates, so we kind of, you know, I take him out to eat every now and then. He takes me and pays for my stuff every now and then.
That's Jamal Golden. This is RamblinWreck.com.